Hello, traders. John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the usual suspects. Doing a live stream. Come subscribe at my YouTube channel and join the fun. So let's get this party started, guys. Oh, let's see here. Should be starting. There we go. Still learning this thing. This is only we've done maybe 10 of these things. So hey, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? What's up, Christoph? What's up, Elin? What's up, P? P. Shelley? How's everybody doing? So here we are again. We're at the lows of the day. I'm pulling up the SPY. Last 10 minutes, so nothing crazy going on. We filled the gap early this morning. We got a bounce, starting to roll over a little bit, but nothing crazy. We're only down $1.10 on the SPY, but as you look on the daily chart, a little bit too extended. We came into this trend line too the other day. It looks like Friday, I was not trading on Friday. It looks like we closed above it. And then reversal. So let's see if we can stay above this trend line. And that comes up from, MLM, huh? Boston puts too early, but looking good. Yeah, you know what? That will come in. That's a high flyer. It is coming in nice, though, today, isn't it? We need like 3 more days like this, and we'll be getting paid real nice. But if you look at that, from this high pivot here, you connect the highs from over here. That's pretty much where we ran into that day, or the other day. They popped it up on no volume on the half day on Friday, and then boom, right back below. So Nvidia back to 88. Yeah, Nvidia, you might have to marry a little bit longer. Picked up a little GLD myself at 112. Did it go to 112 today? Let's see. Yeah, I'm still waiting on it to get a little bit cheaper. Did it go to 112? Well, 112.35 actually, the GLD. Yeah, I'm still waiting on lower prices. I don't know if it will ever get there, but we'll have to see. But the 10-minute, look at the 10-minute SPY, guys. Look at that. We cracked through the low of the day. Now we're going. Let's pull up the 60. Let's see if there's any support coming up here. Yeah, you have some support at like 220. You're going to have some support. You know what, though? We still have what? 56 million on the day. So the volume's starting to come in a little bit better. Gosh, we only had like 44 million. Look at the last couple candles, guys. So we had almost 4 million on there, for about 12 million, million in the last 30 minutes. So pretty much most of our volume. Does HLF have more downside here? Thanks. Let's see here. Bought some IAU. What's that? IAU. Which one is that? Is that a gold play? Christoph, right? I think so. IAU. Let's see. I can't short stocks in my IRA, but I could buy puts. Yes. Okay. Yeah, IAU, definitely. Why not? Or the GLD, one or the other. We've been watching the GLD for a while now. Gosh, SPY's going to lows. Let's pull up the SPY real quick, guys. We only have like 6 minutes left of this trading day. Let's see here. I don't really have a lot of lines in here today. Let's go. Let's pull this guy off here. That was a fib. Let's just see low of the day. Yeah, there's still a lot to go here. You know what? Let's go to the 60-minute real quick. J&J, a good call play. Let me look at that one. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I don't want. I'm not going to stay. I mean, I guess you can start a fib right from here. Go up into this area. It's not the best pivot, but it's something to start with. You take that low. Yeah, you're going to have some good support around 220. You have some consolidation too, but let's see what happens today. I mean, they can still jerk this thing up, and next thing you know, we're going for the highs again. But it looks like on Friday, just kind of a float day. Like I said, I was not trading. I was actually on vacation. So, yeah, how about that? Sad. How about that Google? Did you short that one? We were starting. We got a couple bucks on it. We started adding again at like 795, I think it was, all the way to 800, and boom, we just covered the last half. I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and said thank you very much, and on to the next one. Yeah, so yeah, if you could do puts in the IRA, those are a little bit tougher. Those you really got to just hold tight with the puts. Like Nvidia, imagine if you would have bought puts on Nvidia, whatever, 2 weeks ago, you'd have been getting clobbered. That's why I told everybody, just take it easy. All right, let's see here. HLF. Let's see, what is that? I can't short stocks. HLF, does it have more downside here? Thanks. HLF, let's see. Gosh, yeah, this thing's getting creamed right now. HLF, yeah, you're probably going to gap fill down here around 45.86. You probably have another couple bucks. If it does fill the gap, you probably have a good chance of it bouncing right in this area here. But then, you know, you have a great chance of this thing coming back to 42. You know, if you are short, just hold on to this thing. Maybe take a little bit off the table if you hit gap. I mean, honestly, if the markets really start to dump, this thing could really start to rumble. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's still a tall task. But, you know, looking at this, you have a big trend line here. Looks like we're getting below it, and that's a big trend line. That's some nice symmetry too, going from the low to the low. So if this thing keeps cracking, definitely fill the gap, and then 42, 32, and then you also have this down in here as well. 40 bucks, you know, then you have another gap down here, you have another pivot here. So yeah, if you're short this one, let it rumble. Let it go. Let's look at the weekly chart real quick on this one. There might be some moving averages coming up. Yeah, you're below the moving averages too. Yeah, this thing's going. And honestly, look at this. Look at this thing here. You have a little bit. Hold on here. I got stuff popping up here and there. Let's just see what a fib does. See where the Fibonacci. Yeah, there you go. Fibonacci, 44 bucks. Yeah, so it starts getting down in here, down around 40 bucks. You could probably pull it off if you're short. Let's see, premium on the puts out for 3 months is expensive. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Got them for 350 in the market come in. Nice drop, small position. Yeah, exactly. Just like, yeah, Christoph knows, small positions, you know, add a little bit. Yeah, they're a little bit expensive, but I think on that one, you're going to have to go out. Unless the markets start coming in, then you could probably do something with NVIDIA. But buying one, you know, starting to nibble is pretty good because this thing's been holding up here. But on the HLF, yeah, definitely could go lower. If it stays below this trend line, you know, you'd expect some lower prices. If the markets really start to go, you know, we could definitely come in here if that helps you out on that one. Let's see here. HLF, FireEye, yes. Google, yeah, Google was an epic fade. We did short that one today. We shorted it once, it pulled back. We took $3-4 off of it. Then it popped right back up. We started adding as it was going up, and we started adding right here. And then also you have the even number, and then I think the 60-minute had the 200 MA. That was like the last line of defense. Look at that, right to the line, almost to the even number of 100, and boom, right back down. We already covered. Of course, we cover. It goes lower. You guys know how that goes. J&J, a good call. Call play, J&J. Buy calls on J&J? Let's see. Oh man, you know, no, not for me. I mean, this thing's still way up there. Let's see. Let's just look at the monthly. See if it's stretched. Yeah, nah, not yet. If you want to buy some calls on J&J, let it come down maybe 707 or so. I mean, I would wait for 100 even number. But again, if the markets pull back, these are all coming in. Right now, we had it a little bit stretched, went to 125, even number, 126. It's pulling back. I wouldn't buy calls on this, but that's me. You could get a slow bounce off this big green bar, inside bar. But like I said, if the markets start coming in, this thing's, I wouldn't doubt 98 bucks, 50 moving average. And you have a couple pivots down in here. Just be careful with this. It's a high flyer. It's definitely going to come in the 107, 106 area. I wouldn't do any calls on this one. We get some big down days in the market in the next couple of weeks. This will go down with it. You know, unless you have to. But for me, not for me. Google last week killed my NVIDIA. Yeah, you know, the NVIDIA is just, that's why I was telling you guys, don't do the small share size right now, because this thing could sit for weeks, kind of like what Netflix did. I mean, look what this thing's doing. It's killing everybody. So when it went up, you know, gosh, I would like to see one more push up, and then, but I don't know if we'll get it. But yeah, right now this thing's destroying the puts. So yeah, just go slow and steady. Like I say, you know, if you want to do 5 puts, you know, start adding, maybe go out, you know, maybe different strike prices. But like Christoph was saying, a couple months out would be pretty good on this one. So, but yeah, but the premium does go up. I get that. But, looking at the monthly chart on this one, where are we? I mean, that it's getting there, guys. The Eiffel Tower. I like that one. MLM. Are you using near-term target on MLM? I don't, let me look at that one. MLM. Yeah, see, we're oh my gosh, look at this on a monthly. We're almost below that line. That's what we were waiting for. Look at that. So, all those people who stopped out, even on the weekly too. I want to see where we close on the weekly. Look, we got above that, slingshot back in. I honestly think gosh, I think we can get back. I think we get back to 165, to be honest with you, on the MLM. But one step at a time. Let's look at the daily. Let's see what we have for gaps and stuff. Did we close? Yeah, so we closed. So 98 cents down on the SPY, nothing crazy. Yeah, we're right on that trend line, guys. So let's see if we could get below this area here, 213. Then I'm still thinking we get to 201.80. Then honestly, I think we get to 180 on this one. We'll have to see. This is a nice bearish pattern. Inside bar, kind of traveled up to the high. Boom, we're starting to break down. I'd like to see at least, I'm looking at least 201 or 202. And I'm thinking gap fill down in here around 192, and I'm thinking the 200 MA for the MLM. Let's look at the weekly really quick here. Yeah, even on the weekly we come down at least 192, 193 area. But we'll have to see how it comes in. But right now, so far so good with this one. So just hold tight, guys, with the MLM. I think we can easily do 200 bucks on that one. Let's see what else. Yeah, 795. Yep, you got it. Anybody playing X? Yep, we're short X too. We added a little bit early, but yeah, we are short that one as of last week, I believe it was. The posts are on my Twitter page. I'm not sure exactly what the entry prices were, but we're probably in right around 30 bucks, 30, 31, or right in there. You know what? Here, let me look. We post a lot of our trades on Twitter, guys. So the X position we started adding a little bit early. It was a double top, I think right around 27, I think it was. I don't even know. But yeah, a lot of the trades I have, guys, are on Twitter. Some of them are on more of the short-term trades are on StockTwits. We started adding at 28.16 and then 30.47. And we might add one more, but I want to see if this thing can get up there a little bit more, because right now with X, if you look at the chart, we're starting to see if we can get past this pivot here around the 27.46 one. And then we had a couple gaps here, 33.13, we had 33.36, so it looks like it filled the gap. So we stopped adding. I want to see if we get some bullish consolidation and then possibly a little higher. Then we might just have to stop out. But right now we have such a small position. Even if this thing went up 10 bucks, it's not going to really kill us. But, I don't want it to. But, I want to see if we could get up into the 750 retrace around 36, 37. Or do we just, after a move from 16 to 32, you'd expect some pullback here, at least down to 25 and maybe down into the 22 area again. But we'll have to take this one, one step at a time here. So yeah, but we are short X right now. If you're not, you can short it right here. That's not a bad play for us. I would not chase it, but that's me. Let's see here. 4,000. Over 4,000 contracts in NVIDIA in December. Put strange. Yeah, strange. Yeah, right. Someone's doing something, right? CSC. All right, let's see here. Yes, we are short CSC. We are still in this one. Just another high flyer, guys. We started adding, and then we actually covered half and then started adding again. Right now, we're still stretched. So if you're short this one, hold strong. If you're long, tighten up that stop. If the markets were to start going down, this one's going to go down fast and furious. I'm still thinking this one's going to be a $45, $40 stock. Might take a couple months, but it'll be a nice short once this thing really starts kicking in. Verizon, VZ. Let's see, VZ. VZ got a nice bounce. It is Verizon. A lot of people are bouncing into this because it's buy the dip mentality. So if you are long on this one, I think we talked about it. If it starts going up into the $51 area, you got the gap fill. Well, did you fill the gap today? No, you didn't fill the gap. I still like it up here. I'd love to see this gap filled, or if it could get to 55, 56. So we're just going to try to wait patiently on this one. If you are long Verizon, just keep riding it. Let's see how it does during the 200 moving average. Let's see how it does once it hits gap fill in the window up here. Let's see if it stops, or does it stop in this track at the 200 MA? Because you do have a little bit of consolidation here. That's going to be a little more resistance. So, and it's starting to get a little bit stretched. I mean, this was 46 bucks. We are up almost $5 as it is. We get another 5, it should be a little bit stretched even more. Let's go to the weekly really quick here. Yeah, oh wow, look at that. Weekly, that's a great area for a short. Let's see how this thing reacts on this week. Let's see if we can get a little higher prices, maybe 52, 53, and then we could possibly add a short to this one. Let's see if there's another gap. Yeah, I would love to see this gap filled right up here. Let's see if we could get here, because then we have resistance here, and we do have some on the weekly, but on the weekly chart, we might overshoot that. So let's see if it could squeeze a little higher. I'd love 53, 34. This pivot here around 54, 55 area. Let's see if we get another, let's see if they can stretch this one up and then bring it back in the following week. So just be, hey, Suzanne, how's it going? Hello to you too. So yeah, Verizon, if you're long, hold on to it. You do have some pretty good resistance here. Let's see how this thing reacts in the next couple days, and let's see where this thing closes. I mean, at this point, this could shoot up a little higher, then boom, right back in. This has great resistance up here, guys, including the daily 200 moving average, which is at 50, say 52 bucks. So if you're long, tighten that stop up. It could definitely pull back tomorrow at any time. If they start stretching this thing up, we'll be looking for a short on that. So keep that one on your record, guys. Let's see here. Rounding top, yeah, Nvidia. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's just trying. They're holding up. The puts are trying to get this one. Yeah. I mean, you could see. I would just like to see more volume and a nice push up, and then a big reversal or something like that. But I'd still have to see. I'd want it to at least get below 90 bucks and start coming in. But right now, it's not bad. This bullish pattern sucks. I'd rather have a wedge than a little umbrella. So let's just keep an eye on that one. How Nvidia is, guys. It's just a beast that keeps on going, and people are just, buying it and buying it and buying it. So, all right, let's see here. Can we get a quick look at Google? Come on, you're killing me here. We looked at that one earlier. Got that, nailed that one, didn't we? Yeah, Google, that was awesome. Gosh, look at the end, it flushed out. Damn it. Every time I cover, if I cover anything, guys, just hold on, because it's going to go down another couple bucks. Yeah, so I covered it, shot up, came back in, shot up some more, added, came back in, sold half, sold the rest of it down in here. I think it was 789.50 or 788.50. I don't know, right around there. I could look, but just it's on my stock twitch thing. And then boom, of course it flushes. Google, on a daily basis here. Let's see, daily. Daily, I mean, we had this inside bar retrace. This is slightly bullish, but now that we're back below the 20 MA and we never got above the moving averages, I need the next couple days to see what this thing's going to do, because it's slightly bullish, but you're inside bar bearish. So, in this little reversal today, we still ended up positive, still $5 up, but that's telling me some bears came in and pushed it down a little bit more. Let's look at the weekly. I thought I saw something on the weekly, like a bigger inside. Yeah, this is even a bigger inside bar, guys. So you're down sideways, trying to get above the 20. As long as you're staying below the 20 MA, this one's setting up to go lower. If it recaptures the 20 MA, then you'll probably look for a little higher prices, maybe into this 815 area. But you know what? 1 week at a time on this one, since it's the weekly. But right now it's setting up for possible lower prices. If the market's staying buoyant, this can. If the markets start to sell, this will come down, as well as everything else. So yeah, so right now, Google, if you're short this one, you can hold it. I have no problem with you guys holding it. I am short this one still on a swing trade, but I do intraday stuff on this one too. I don't care. If I'm upside down on any trade, I'll scalp it a couple times, make up the money, and then go from there. But yeah, that was a great play. I mean, as it was going up, we were going into that, the even number, and then ultimately it was the 60-minute that I was watching for the trade. We hit the 200 moving average right there, and it was that was pretty much the end of it. And then the 5-0 retrace here at 797.94. So as it was going up, we were adding right here, and we added a little higher. Then we were trying to wait for the 800, but I got in a little earlier, and boom, that was the right move. And of course, it I cover it around 788, and it goes another couple bucks. The story of my life, guys. Let's see. Is it possible? I think Google needs some more weekly consolidation before it breaks down. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what we just said here. I mean, daily's still looking pretty good. We still have an inside bar. It did retrace back up to the 750. And then let's see here. Then the weekly, yeah, weekly only has, well, two weeks at this point. We're going to go into 3. But yeah, if we get more consolidation, I've definitely looked for more downside. But we'll see. Right now, it's holding up strong. We're still above the 50 MA. We're above this low pivot here. So, let it chop around, do whatever it's got to do. And then hopefully we'll be seeing this 600 in the near future. Nugget, I really don't follow Nugget, but I can look at the GLD. The GLD, yeah, GLD, we talked about the 112.32. That's pretty much where it went. So right now, let's wait for another pattern. I still think we can have one more leg down. If these markets start to sell, we are setting up in a bearish consolidation. We were a little bit up today, nothing crazy. You'd expect it, coming off this gap fill, though, from the other day. So we have a 618 retrace as well. Let's see if we can continue sideways here in a bearish manner. And let's see if we could get down into here around the 108, 107, and then we'll do something down here. Remember, guys, when this thing popped up, we were all like, damn, I think we're going to miss this trade, and boom, came right back in. So let it do its thing. I still think we could go a little bit lower. If it does, great. We started adding around 115, long that is. So, I'd still like lower prices. I might add a little bit more in here if we have one more dip into the 112 even number. But then, but yeah, right now, nothing for me to do other than I added a little tiny bit here. I want to try to get a little lower prices to average it in, and then my average price will be, 115, say. If I get it around, 105, 106, I'll be right in around 110, 111, and then we should make some money on that one for sure. All right, let's see here. Make sure that what now on toilet sense like my bad. See you in a bit. I don't know what that means, but all right, hold on, guys. Let me go back to my thing here. Yeah, so that's it. Twilio, TWLL. Nah, I wouldn't short this one. I mean, we were short up here. We rode it for about $10. But I mean, it was a nice retrace. I mean, if anything, I would have been waiting for $40 or so. For me, it's not a short. It's not even a long. So if anything, maybe if Twilio goes down, fills the gap down here, and then maybe down in this area, maybe the $20 area for a long. And for me to go short after this and then a little tiny retrace and it's coming back in, nah, I can't. For me, I can't do it. This would have been the short up here, maybe 40. I mean, I will like this gap fill around 44, even the 50 MA, but not for me. It's coming back in. If the markets go, this will go lower, but I'll wait for a long on this one now. There's nothing for me to do on this one. And then FireEye, yeah, we don't play this one either. This is all news crap. $13 goes up and down 42 times. Yeah, I don't like this one either. I don't even know I think I knew what they did at one point, but these are more spec plays. They come out with some news or something. Next thing you know, it's cranking. But right now, we're down in the basement. We're almost at these lows down in here around 112, 111.63. So for me, nothing to do. I mean, it's setting up in a little bullish wedge. But I mean, if you're long this one, you need to get above these MAs, and then maybe a little bit higher prices. But you're looking at 1844, maybe $20 in that area. But not really, nothing for me to do here. I'd rather wait for, there's plenty of other stocks you could trade there. It's kind of like dry ships. Just stay away from these. Twilio, though, you can make it go down a little bit more. Potentially great long. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, potentially it could go down to 1076. I mean, if you want to go long in FireEye, then if you're willing to lose $1,000, then do a grand like an option. If you're willing to lose $5,000, do 5,000 worth, or do $2,500 worth of whatever shares you could get, and 2,500 if you hit double bottom. I would say more around the $10 area, but that's me. Whatever you're willing to lose, go for it. And if you start getting above these MAs, get about the $20 area and start chiseling it off. If it drops below the 1085 and goes to 10 and gets lower, then you got to get the hell out. Or unless you could just take the pain and go to zero. But yeah, those aren't lockup coming down for Twilio end of December. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Potentially great long. Yeah, I don't really care about that stuff. That's all news. That's all whatever, however you want to interpret that. Interpret that? Is that the word for it? It's been a long weekend, guys, of doing nothing and laying on the beach and just having fun with my kids. So trying to get back in action here and get things rolling again. But yeah, nothing for me to do here. I'd wait for 10, maybe a little bit lower. Because just think, remember Twitter when that one was tanking? And when it was all, when it was getting down, everyone's like, "Oh, it's Twitter though. How could it go lower?" But it's Twitter. How could it go lower? But it's Twitter. How could that go lower? Or even GoPro. But it's GoPro. How could this go lower? I mean, they came out with the Hero 5. I mean, right here, they came out with the Hero 5. It's got to go up. Look, it's a $10 stock again. So just be careful with those low flyers. I mean, you might get some news. Like I tell everyone when everything was up here, I said, why would you buy GoPro up here when you could buy it at $10? I mean, and honestly, you could buy it at 860, maybe around $8 too. Just terrible stocks to trade. Hold on here. Did I? 12. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got a couple things going on. All right. So yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to play with Twilio, that's fine. I'm not going to do. I'm not doing anything with those. Any good longs? No. You know me, P. Shelley. Not right now. By the way, referring to XLB looks amazing. XLB. For a short, not for a long. XLB. Let's see. Let's just see. Yeah, I mean, you're at the top again. Jeez. Let's even say double top. Yeah, if anything, this is the time to be shorting it if it gets to 50. You're at the double top. You probably get a nice shallow pullback. Maybe, who knows, if the markets really go, you might be able to get it to 46. Possibly this double bottom here around 45. So XLB looks amazing. Yeah, these aren't for me here. I mean, I'd be shorting this thing. This thing went from 45 to almost $50. That's not for me. We're at the double top. Got that. I think that. Oh no, there you go. Double top here. I mean, if it breaks through there, I mean, you're probably looking at, 52, then 52.17 up in here. See if it goes any higher. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I just want to see. Just to see here. So it did break through that. See, on this one here, I'd have to see on a weekly basis. See the trend line there. So you get above it on a weekly basis. I want to see it confirm. I want to see this thing get above 50 on Friday's close. If it gets above 50 on Friday's close, then you're probably looking at a little bit higher prices. But if it doesn't, it comes right back in and then chomps through this line here, you're going to get lower prices. And this one definitely. So just beware of that line. If you don't get above 50 by Friday's close, this thing could possibly turn down and go lower. But keep an eye on that. For me, it's like a 50-50 shot here. You're in the double top, so you really don't want to go long. You really don't want to go short because, if we do keep above this trend line here on a weekly close, it could go a little bit higher. So if you really want to wait patiently, $52 maybe to short this one. And if you're long, starts getting up here, 51, 52, start chiseling some off because if you can't get above the 52 area, it's going to turn around and go right back down. So be careful with that one too. IT, yeah, we're shorting this one too. Yeah, this one's just chugging around. We're at the double top here, really doing nothing. Got a couple tails on top. So these are the weekly. Let's see on the daily, see what we have here. Yeah, right now we're in a bullish pattern here, but we're at the all-time highs, a little bit stretched from the 20 moving averages or average. So let's see what this thing does in the next couple days. It should start taking off, and if it doesn't, the move down forward is going to be even better. Weekly chart, two little tails up on the top, still closed above the all-time high, has not confirmed above the all-time high. So give this one a little more time, because this is what we're playing here on the monthly chart on IT, is the stretch job here. So they had a nice push up in the double top. You're stretched from the 20 MA. Let's see where this thing closes on a monthly and a weekly basis, and then we'll make a move from there. I'm still thinking we're coming in, but right now they're holding it up just as well as everything else because of the light volume and the no participation in the market. So it's easier to hold stocks like that up. But yeah, just be real patient with this one. We're playing it on a monthly chart. Still can move up a little bit more, but I'm still thinking it comes in. We are short this one as well. I manage my son's 401k, but I like to do longs up to 32%. Cash and all that. Oh, I got you. Yeah, right now, nothing. You gotta let stuff come down before we start going long. Once we get a nice pullback, then we'll start looking for long. So, P. Shelley, just sit on your hands right now and do nothing. You know, that's what I would do. There's really nothing for me, at least, unless something, excuse me, is getting clobbered, and then maybe, you know, like if Amazon goes down another 50, 60 bucks, or maybe goes down to the 700 even number, then you buy for maybe a couple days long. But for me in a long position, I'll show you guys that in a minute, why I'm not long. NFLX, that one 48 cents down today. Yeah, this is another one that's just holding this. I mean, it's holding this this gap window here. We did get below it, but I think there was another pivot back here. Yeah. So we hit this pivot back here. That's the other reason why it bounced. So we bounced up, had a little bit of a retrace, and right now, let's see. We got a retrace back up. Let's see if we can still hang below the 20 MA. This thing hangs below, gets below the 50 MA. I still think we're going to gap fill right here around 99 bucks, 100 bucks. So just be patient with this one. If you are short with shares, let it rip. If you're in a put, this is kind of tough right now. You know, when we were in a put, we put it on here. We sold it here, unfortunately. They would have depleted it here, but this drop here was just epic right there for the puts. But we were already out on this 3-day drop, and we said thank you very much. Came back up. So let's see if we can consolidate. It's a little bit bullish, but it's an inside bar bearish. Let's see what happens towards the end of the week on the weekly close on Netflix. But right now, this isn't really a long or a short. If you were short from up here, you're still holding on. I mean, if you were long from down here, I would hope you would have took something off around the 120, 126. So nothing for me to do here. We are short. I covered half already of my position, share position. My puts, I'm out. My shares, I'm still half position. So let's see. I'm just waiting for gap fill, even number, 100 bucks. Then I'll be out of that one. How come we keep going up after 5% gains? Are we ever going to get a correction? We'll get a correction. Sometimes it just takes a little longer, Suzanne. Just with the light volume, we have the holidays coming in play, the Santa Claus rally, which is the no participation rally on, you know, with low volume. It's not the Santa Claus rally. It's the no participation light volume float rally. That's what it is. So you know, we're in that time frame. Anything can happen. You know, if you look at the SPY, this is the other reason, guys, why I do not go long right now. When every index is at all-time highs, how can you buy stocks to go up? If this index pulls back and we get a 20% correction, everything's coming down. So if anything, you would have bought long somewhere down in here on support as this thing was going up. Now to start buying longs up here, no way. You want it as the markets go up, you want to buy stocks that are at lows that go up with the markets. Everything's going to be a market trade, guys. If the SPY comes in hard and heavy, it's going to be lights out, guys. And you don't get 85-degree moves without some sort of a pullback. You just don't. I mean, we have 75 million on the SPY. Gosh, even at the end of the day, they came in with some volume. But you don't have no volume. This thing just floats up. But a move like this is just unhealthy. It's almost like this move here. But then what they do, they just hold it up, no volume, no volume, no volume, no volume. And then, well, here we had a little bit of volume, but then let's see how's it, excuse me, as it disappears, you know, then it just starts to float. We come in, then the Trump, you know, then there, you know, right before this, if Trump gets in, it's going to be a disaster. Now it's like, oh, Trump rally, this is great. Buy Trump rally, buy the Trump rally. Hurry up, hurry up. And then they, you know, CNBC, they're like cheerleaders now. Hurry up, get in here. It's the Trump effect. Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but you know, I always go to the monthly chart too. If I got some new people in here today, here's your monthly chart. .com, housing, central bankers printing money and monetizing our debt, buying our own bonds, QE1, QE2, QE3. It's like, I still think we're coming down to 155 and 130 or wherever this red line is at the time, 140 or so. And then when it does, it's going to come straight down fast and furious, kind of like this one here. I don't know what the catalyst will be other than the central bankers and Janet Yellen printing money out of control, just busting, making the bubble bigger, basically. So now it's just a matter of time. We're right in the time frame where, we get this down move right to double bottom, then they push it up for 8-9 months, and then everybody gets on board. Oh my gosh, it's the next leg of the rally. Yeah, but we're already 8 years into this rally. Bull rallies usually last 7 to 8 years, guys. It lasted 10 here because Greenspan right about 98 when we had that pullback. He kept the rates low and kept it going and going and going for another 2 years until the .com exploded and then straight back down, straight up to the housing, straight back down, straight up to the central bankers out of control, straight down. It's coming, guys. Just a matter of time. Saw your picture on Twitter, the whole beach and your family look like, yeah, it was a lot of fun, Brian. Thanks, man. Yeah, I had to snap one picture at least and post it. But yeah, no, that's our house out there in Rocky Point. It's right on the ocean. It's pretty cool. It's we'll probably go back for Christmas, a day after Christmas, stay there another week or so, and we hit there weekends and whatever. It's a lot of fun out there, and it's cheap. The pesos are what is it? It used to be like 12 pesos to $1. Now it's like 18 pesos or 19 to $1. So a little bit better. Thanks, O'Brien. Appreciate that. Twilio. Yeah, we did look at Twilio. Nothing to do here. Straight up, straight down. I know, everyone thinks it's cheap now. It's cheap. Everyone starts chasing it up here. Now it's coming right back down. It needs to stay above the 20 MA. If it gets below the 20 MA, which it looks like it closed just a little bit above it or below it today, it needs to stay above this 20 MA. If it gets down here and closes down here tomorrow on a daily basis, I think we're going right here. And then we're going to go fill the gap down in here and possibly double bottom here around $23. Nothing to do with this one. If we start getting down to $23, $20, maybe. You got to look at GoPro. You got to look at all these other ones that went down. Everyone bought the dip and they got cut in half. So just be careful. JPM, this one's in La La Land here. We have a nice inside bar starting to pull back a little bit today. If you're long JPM, tighten up that stop. It needs to get above that 80.46 to continue going, but this is the all-time highs, guys. Now we have an inside bar retrace here. I think we're setting up for lower prices. We're definitely going to fill this gap here, and we'll definitely be down here around 74, 72, and just need the markets to sell. That's it. If we have light volume, this one could possibly stay and just float around for a little while longer. But right now, I like this inside bar bearish pattern. It is bullish pattern. We are above the MAs. It's macro bull, micro bear. And look, it had a nice little retrace too. And then let's see if we get some follow through tomorrow on this one. So that's what I'm watching for. I am short JPM. I'm underwater a little bit on this, but that's okay. Starts coming in, I will take my profit. XLF, which is the XLF. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, these things are extended. I mean, you get a 90-degree move up, you're going to get some sort of a pullback. How much of a pullback? That's a good question. Honestly, you could get to 20.56. You might be able to come down here to fill the gap around 20. But, one day at a time. Let's see if we get some more follow through. Big step. We got to come down here, fill this gap, and then see how it reacts. And today, I mean, it was down, 26 cents. So nothing big. Still down, 1.16%. So not terrible. But yeah, you want to see after this little pattern, a little bit of retrace up to the all-time high or a new high. Let's see if we get a little more pullback. So if you're long on those, tighten them up. If you're short, then just hold on. JPM is into resistance. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're in the double. Well, JPM. Yeah, I mean, this is big resistance. Exactly. If you're short this one, if you start getting above here, then you got to think about stopping out or just go small. If you want to do 500 shares of JPM, do maybe 150 here. If it gets a double top, another 150, and if it goes up a little higher, 150, and it goes up another couple bucks, stop out. But right now, these are the all-time highs. That's it for JPM. That's as high as you get. So there's really nothing up here, that would hold this back other than, maybe the even numbers as it's going up. But right now, I do like this pattern on JPM. I like the down. I like the sideways. Retraces back up to this high. Boom. I want to see some more follow through. So another couple days will help me determine which way this thing could possibly go. So exactly. Yep. Inside bar. Bearish pattern. How about CMG? I know that one's been like nuts lately. CMG, I can't. It's such a manipulated turd. CMG. We were hoping for, up in here 430, 435. I mean, it's trying, but right now, we're in an inside bar, bearish pattern, but it's slightly bullish as well. It could go either way here, guys. But now we're below the 50 MA. So if it closes below it somewhere in here tomorrow, then we're probably going to head back down. But right now, there's nothing to really do. I mean, we bounced off that low area that we talked about, the 7, let's see here, 7,300 something. There was a low pivot right there. And then you had these couple low pivots right in here too. So right around 359. And then this number here, I mean, that was pretty much where it stopped right there. 353.26 or so. You had this low pivot and some consolidation, so that's going to be support. But on a weekly basis, you're still, in a bearish pattern, down, sideways. Had a nice little retrace. You're inside this big bar here. This is a big inside bar. Retraces up to the top. Can't get above it, but let's see if we get some more pattern here, or does it just start to drop? If it starts to drop, just let it go. But honestly, I would like it to short it up here, 440, 441, up in that area. But I don't know if we're going to get it. Or for me, nothing to do. If you're long, start tightening it up. If you're short, hopefully enjoy the ride. How about that? But let's see here. CMG, yeah, hopefully that helps, Suzanne. That it's kind of, if you're long, you need to get above 417.54, and then I think you could probably get up into this area, 440. But if it doesn't get above this big red inside bar here, around the 418 area, that's going to have some tough times. And right now, we're below the 20 MA, the 50 MA, and the 200 MA on the weekly. So that's a little bit weak as well. So just be careful with CMG. That could have been just a dead cat bounce off it. I mean, it did come back from 437 and went to 4 or 353 or so. So that was a hell of a drop right there. So that would expect a little dead cat bounce, but that could be the end of the road for the longs, and then it turns and goes right back down. Let's see, CF. CF's in some resistance up here at the 50 MA. You're also into this breakdown bar over here. You're in the 50% retrace too. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, the daily, I mean, we had a nice little pop here. Probably everybody chased it, and then they drop it in your face. Right now, you have an inside bar bearish pattern, but as long as you stay above the MAs, you are in a bullish stance, but you're in a slightly bearish stance too. If this starts to go retrace up like this back into the $30 area, this thing could be setting up for lower prices. If the markets do sell, this will definitely go with the markets as well. But right now, not bad. If you're long, tighten those stops up. If you get below the 200, and this, especially this bar here around 26.98, expect lower prices. For me, nothing to do. I mean, this would have been it down here, double bottom around 22. That would have been the buy area. And even then, you start getting up to 26, you sell half, you hit the 200 MA, you're out. This one had one last pop, into no man's land, came right back inside bar bearish pattern. I wouldn't doubt it if it starts to dump. But that's me. If the markets sell, everything's going lower, guys. It's all market trade. You lucky one. Yeah, sometimes, not all the time. Thoughts on AAL? Excuse me, guys. Yeah, there's just not a lot on this one here. Let's just do a retrace on it. I was gonna say, what do we got? 618. We're right into these double tops. Maybe 50 bucks. I mean, if you're long in this one, start tightening it up. You are into some resistance up there. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, I think, yeah, we did. I don't know if we talked about this, but you're in the double top. See if you get more consolidation and maybe one more leg up. I mean, if you're long, just keep riding it up. If it starts to pull back, gets below, this high here and starts coming back in, or if it can't hold these, or if it can't get above these pivots here and starts to fall, then tighten up the stop. For me, short, I mean, I'd like to see another 10 bucks, maybe around 50 start to add, but yeah, nothing to do. It is getting stretched a little bit. Let's look at the monthly just to see. I mean, I guess we just did. Starting to get stretched a little bit, but I'd like to see a little higher prices before I do anything. If you're long, like I said, just tighten it up. Markets start to dump, this thing's going to come right back in. You do have a small topping tail up here too. Not the best because you don't have real good volume on it, but it is a tail. So if you did go short here, if it gets above this tail and closes, just stop out. But if you're long here, like I said, just keep holding. You might get to 50 or so. It's not bad. Or the blue line right around, what is that, 48, 48, 41. That's a 750 retrace. Let's see here. CVS. CVS. Looks like they had earnings, got plowed, retraced up, came back in. Yeah, nothing for me on CVS here. Yeah, it's below all the MAs on the weekly. Let's see what the monthly looks like. Yeah, monthly you're trying to hold on to the 50 MA. I mean, on the monthly, if this thing can push back up and close above 80.75, then you might go up. But I mean, this was another one that's just out of control. It's finally pulling back. They had earnings. Apparently, they weren't that great. And now just kind of chopping around. I mean, if you're long from down in here, I'll probably tighten the stop here, see if this thing goes sideways, because if this curls into price, that could possibly send it down. Ultimately, if you're long, you need to get above this high pivot here around 77, 73, and you need to get a recapture the 20 MA, and you need to come back in the gap fill right around here. You start getting towards the 83, 84 area or the 50 MA, start chiseling some off. If you definitely fill the gap up here around 87, 88, 89, definitely take some more off the table. And if you're short, hard to say. I mean, this thing's been falling. I mean, this was a $113 stock that fell down at 670 bucks. You're going to get people naturally to buy the dip in this one. So you could have a little more upside if the markets do dump, like I said, or like they might. Then this will probably go lower with the markets. Everything will be a market trade, guys. Hold on a second, guys. I got to go blow my nose. Hold on. Hold on. Damn, it was a little bit windy. It's been raining out in Phoenix. It's been a little crazy out. Yeah, so for me, nothing to do with CVS. Excuse me. Man, I'm still trying to get in the thick of things here. NTNX. I don't even know what this thing is, but apparently we looked at it last week or something. But we came in, we're consolidating in a bullish manner. If you're long in here, tighten the stop because you went from 23 to 34, 35, or what have you. It's consolidating in a bullish manner. And let's see if we go up. I mean, if it goes up, maybe 37.69, and then this high pivot right here around 39.40 or 30 or 40 bucks, and then ultimately $40.86 if the markets go. If the markets dump, then we're probably going to go straight back down. So for me, nothing to do here. But if you're long, you need to get past this high here, right around 35 bucks. If it gets past that, 37.73. Then say 41 bucks or so. But I still like this pivot too around here. So, but yeah, if you're riding it from 24, 25, just tighten the stop. So you can wake up and we're 500 down on a down. This whole thing's tanking and everything's going with it. So you got to be a little bit careful with these. But let's see, weekly. Yeah, weekly. I mean, we went right to the 50 MA or the 50% retrace and it's starting to pull back. So just be careful. Right now, there's really no pattern. That's starting to develop, right here on a bullish pattern. If this comes back up and curls up, possibly. So let's keep an eye on this. We'll take a look at it in the next couple of days or at the end of the week, and we'll see where this thing can possibly go to. Baba Long now. got good bullish action today in the first 2 hours. Baba long, nah. Let's see, Baba's up 75 cents. Yeah, but it's still an inside bar, bearish pattern. I mean, slightly bullish pattern here, but look at this. Go straight up into this 20 MA on the daily and then reject it right back in. You also went to this double top too, so that tells me there's some bears in this thing, possibly going to push this thing lower. Now remember, you had a heck of a run on this one too. You know, you ran from back in February 1st. You know, this was a $60 stock that ran to almost 110. So, you know, after almost 100% move, you're going to have to expect a pullback. I'm still thinking this thing's going to 80 bucks, 82 bucks, you know, when it's all said and done. Because right now there's really no pattern setting up. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly, I mean, there is, but I would like to see 3 or 4 or 5, 6 more weeks of consolidation, maybe into January, and then the next leg down. If this pattern does play out, and if it is a bearish inside bar with 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks of consolidation, I'd expect this thing easily 83, 70, 73, and then right back into here 60, 64, 63, right in there. Excuse me, guys. Jeez, wake up, bookie. Slept like a baby last night too, guys. All right, so there you have a big gap fill here around 60 bucks. So you got to keep an eye on that. You have a ton of support right in here too. So just beware with this one. It is another high flyer. We did talk about those. Monthly chart, the 20 MA is at 82 bucks. So right now it's just kind of in limbo and starting to set up in a bearish setup. You know, we get below the 200 MA here off this pattern. I mean, we'll have to see. You gotta wait for each of the puzzle to get together. For me, there's nothing to do here. We are short Baba though. We are in the money. We're hoping for lower prices to collect a nice paycheck. When you get this far, Facebook stock, could we retest 115? All right, let me look at Facebook. Facebook. Can we retest 115? Right now, let me look at this one a little closer. I'm still short. Both my accounts. I did sell half. I have a half position of Facebook still. I'm in the money on the second half. Little tiny bit. I'd like a little bit more, but it is, you know, on a daily pattern or on the intraday pattern. I love this. This is nice bearish consolidation underneath the moving averages. They're going to have to pop this one up tomorrow. If this does play out, though, we should start heading lower, at least a double bottom first. And then, is there any gaps? Yep, gap windows right here, around 117 or so. Yeah, I mean, this one's setting up for some decent price action. We want to see. It's still early, but it had a nice inside bar here. Let's see if it can hold this. If it can hold that bar, you have the 50 MA here too. Yeah, still, they get it, you know, the central bankers, they push it up, you know, Janet Yellen above the MA. So when it comes down, it has support and just keeps bouncing around. This isn't a bad inside bar on the 60-minute, though. If this, say 120 cracks, then we're heading down. We're heading to gap fill here around 117, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we're still below the moving averages. Man, I can't stop yawning now. We're still below the moving averages, and we're still above the 200 moving average. But you know, this, you know, we had a nice push up here, nice reversal. They tried it again, came right back in again. Let's wait a couple more days. Let's see what happens on the weekly. See where we close on the weekly chart. Because right now this is some sideways action too. Let's see if we can continue sideways here, and then the next leg down. I'm thinking Facebook could go back to 77, 78 bucks. If you ask me. but that's me. But yeah, just hold tight. We're short in it still, and I'm holding it. When these markets come in a little bit more, these will all fall back down. But to answer your question, easily we can come back to 113.56, maybe even a little lower this time. Since we came back in, we retested up, and you get the next leg down. 113.56 definitely in the cards. Let's see, KR. Was that Kroger, I think? Kroger. All right, if that's Kroger, I don't even know if it is. Let's see, inside bar. So we had a nice bullish pattern, pop up into good resistance, comes back inside bar bearish pattern. Right now, this is setting up to go lower. The only way it's going to get higher if it gets above the 200 and gets above this pivot around 35 bucks. If it does do that, then you'll probably fill the gap at 35.58. And you have a real good chance to get into this one here, 36.44, and then the 38 bucks. So if you're long in this one, if you're short, I think we could definitely see where this thing, man, excuse me, guys. Definitely, let's see if this inside bar bearish pattern plays out. We have some consolidation. I'd like it to come back into the 200 MA here and then push it down. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, monthly. Gosh, this would have been a nice area down in here. So retrace back up. Yeah, you can still probably get to the 36 area, maybe 37. Let's see where the retrace is. At the 250.38. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see 40 bucks, and then maybe for me for a short, but going long here when it was already at 28, now it's at 34. I couldn't do that, so let it bounce up. Let's see how high this thing can go. Maybe it'll go back to double top or short it again up there. I think that would be a great area. Anywhere in the 40, 41, I'd wait for that. That's me. Let's see, you're calling it right, John. IRobot is climbing slow but steady. Maybe test 58.60. IRobot, I should do that one. IRBT. Oh gosh, still going, huh? Monthly chart. It's getting stretched there. Wasn't it higher though at one point before? No, no. Yeah, this is let's see. See what the daily looks like. Yeah, just chopping around. I mean, maybe today would have been the day. You have pretty good volume, so they might have got some news, and they did make a, shoot for the all-time high here. I mean, it's not bad. Maybe today you could have maybe done a put, maybe or two, or do some shares. But yeah, I mean, this thing's just grinding again, same crap, just like Nvidia, just floating around, stomping out all the puts. So I just be patient, guys, be patient. But I do like this pattern going up in here, and let me tell you, it's looking right to me. I like that move up, coming from 27 to 55, 56. You're into these pivots here, into that pivot, and then you're into this trend line. On a monthly basis, if we close up in here, or we could play it on a weekly basis. If we close above this trend line on a weekly, yeah, see, we already confirmed above that trend line. So right now it'd be more on a monthly basis you'd have to play. So you have to see where the monthly close is, or do we just reverse right down into it? But not bad. I mean, the 58, 60 bucks, maybe, if we get a nice push, that could possibly happen. But we'll have to see. It's Yellen calling again. No, but yeah, I mean, we've been waiting patiently. Why not another couple bucks, maybe 60? But it's not a bad place to start adding if you wanted to. Puts are going to be a little tougher because if they float this thing, it only has 587,000 on the day. So let's see if we can get a little bit higher on the iRobot. So far, so good. Let it keep going. Oh, that's all right. Hey, what's up, Prince? How's it going, bud? Hope you had a great break. Yeah, I did. It was really good. I bought a put Google at 198 today, thanks to your call. Cool. That one pulled back real nice. But protect it, man. Protect it. Oh gosh. Hold on, guys. Bear with me for a second, guys. Hold on here. I don't know if I'm unbelievable. I think I'm live. I don't know who that is. I got everyone calls me like all at once, basically. All right, can everyone hear me still and all that stuff? I don't think I muted it. I'm pretty sure I didn't mute it. Let me know if you can still hear me, guys. Just someone punch in yes. Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if I hit my, okay, there we go. So I'm still, all right. All right, we're still good. All right, cool. All right, thanks, guys. That's it. All right, let's go back. Hold on. All right. Stop. All right, let me go back. I'm behind a little bit. Yeah, you bought Prince got the Google. Nice. Also Tesla. Also put on Tesla and Amazon 680s. Yeah, I mean, Tesla's a beast. Amazon, that's not bad. But Amazon, to buy the put, you want it like Google today when it was up big. That's when you wanted to do that. But no, those should be all right. Tesla too. Tesla still is still a beast, you know. At any given time, it goes up 42 bucks on some crap, you know. So just be careful with those Teslas. The Google, I do like that one. If it comes down another 20, just take the money and run. F5. Yeah, F5, you know, we talked about this one. We started adding short on this pivot here, and we started adding more at the 140 or so. And then the last line of defeat is 145. So if you're not short F5, then this is the area to do it. You know, I'm going to hold on to my shorts. You know, I like the fact that the monthly chart, you know, we went from 85 bucks to 142, and you know, since the beginning of the year, you know, it's just, you know, you're into big overhead resistance. You know, now on the light volume, I think it's just a matter of time before this one comes right back in. And now, you know, now looking on a daily, it's a little bit better. You had a little bit bullish consolidation. It pops up. It tries to go for the all-time high here, 142.62. Now we had a little reversal today. I want to see this thing come. It needs to crack 140 and then get below the 20 EMA around 140.58. And then we'll see how this thing reacts. But right now, it's just doing nothing. No volume. Earnings, and then the volume disappears. You're getting the last suckers in this one. And I'm thinking, you know, we can fill this gap around 119, come right back here to 115.33. But let's take this one step at a time. Weekly chart, you know, weekly chart a little bit stretched here, you know, going up and up and up. But look at the volume again, just kind of disappears, and we're trying to float. I want to see a nice reversal on a weekly chart, and that will tell me a little bit more of that, you know, I'd like to see down and then nice inside bar and then next leg down. That would be my dream on that one. The GLD, we talked about this one a little bit ago. But yeah, I mean, right now, that was my second area, 112.32. I did not buy any, though. I missed that area. So I'm going to wait patiently for the 110, 108, 105, you know, maybe 105.17 in this area. Let's see if we do a bearish consolidation and some lower prices. Right now, I'm still thinking we got a little more to go. You know, if we miss it, we miss it. I'll be in at 115 right in this area, and maybe I'll get 10 bucks on you know, a small position. But I'd still like to add like the one dip, even around 111, and then possibly if we get back down into here around 106, 107, that would be cool. So yeah, right now just nothing to do other than we added shorts here, or added longs at 115, 30 area. And let's see if we get some lower prices, which so far us waiting has been paying off. Tesla, I can take a look at that one. I don't know if I looked at it earlier. I mean, right now Tesla is just holding on to that this low pivot for dear life, and it's trying to, you know, stay above this 200 moving average, which is closed a little tiny bit above it today. But right now, nothing to do. Had a nice little retrace back up into this area off these lows. Now it's just kind of setting up sideways, chopping around for possible lower prices. That's the weekly chart. Let's look at the daily. I mean, daily, we had, you know, we had nice, came right back in. We filled this. I think there's a pivot back there, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we got to this pivot, came down a little bit lower on some selling. People just saying, get me out of this thing. They reverse it up nicely. All the people that sold here pretty much chasing up here. We are above this trend line here, though, so let's keep a track of that. We are slowly trying to get above the 50 MA. Then ultimately, they'd probably try to shoot it for the 200 MA up in this area. But right now, for me, nothing to do other than a shallow retrace, almost into the 618. I'd expect, actually, there's really nothing other than a little bit overbought here. But right now, we're just waiting for pattern, waiting for setup. But at this point on the monthly, let's look at the biggest time frame. On the monthly, we still, you know, still at the bottom of this line here. You know, we hit the 50 MA. That's why we're bouncing. So, you know, we could actually go a little higher. If it does, like I said, if we get back into this area, 260 or so, I'll be shorting it again. Right now, just nothing for me to do. There's really no setup. The place to short it was when it got up to here. We were short. We got like $3 out of it. You know, tell a story. We came up here. We shorted this, got like $3 out of it. You know, and it went down another 10. $3 out of this one, went down another 25, the story of my life, guys. So if it does retrace back into 204, 213 area, you could probably short it again, but it'll probably move up on news or some crap like that. So just be careful with that one. Thank you. Oh, no problem, Norman. I was looking at TY. What's that one? Put the dollar sign in front of these guys so I know what they are. Nvidia, same thing. Told you guys not to buy puts yet. It's like what they did. They're destroying you, just like they did with Netflix, all this crap. Let's see if we can get one good pop up, and then we'll put a put on. I'm still waiting. I am shares. I am upside down. I'm in right around $79, so I'm upside down, a pretty good chunk. But again, if you are positioned right, we do 10% of our total portfolio in positions. You don't want to go more than 10%, guys. So 5%, we have a lot of positions in 5%. Some are a little bit at like 6%, 7%. Some are at 3% because we're starting to add. As long as you don't get over that 10%, you're fine. Let's figure. If you're in Nvidia and you're over, say you're 10% upside down on the trade, in your total portfolio, you're only 1% upside down. 1%. So if you're 50% up on the year and you're down 1% on this thing, so now we're 49%, up on the year, is this one trade going to really kill you? That or the MLM or the GS or the BABAs or the price lines. Just have to keep trading, guys. I mean, on Google alone today, we had a great scalp. We did it twice, and then we started adding as it was moving up, and boom, came right back in, and we took, I think it was about $6 on the second half or so, right on that one, and then we covered half again. We took $3 and started adding, then covered half again, and then covered the full one. It was a great trade on that Google today. I can't complain. I still have a swing short on Google, and that's okay because I made a bunch of money on it today, and let it keep going. So just stuff like that, guys. Just money, positioning yourself, money management, taking the right size position. Some of these you got to add really slow, like this one we added. This one we just added too fast. I mean, this has just been a beast. The 94, and then the next place is $100 on Nvidia. But the real story is this, and eventually this will come in, and when it does, it will come down to probably $50 or so, and I'll take my $30 down and be like, "Ha, told you so." No, shouldn't say that. You never know. Can you look at THO? Just announced earnings. Okay, THO. They just announced earnings. Let's see. Up $7. Oh wow, look at this. Let's see. So we're above there. We're $7 higher. So where are we right now? Time. So we're at $98. Wow, look at that, guys. Let's see. Just had earnings. I've been getting burned on these earnings crap. Every time I enter earnings, they go out like Jack. Jack jacked me the other day, but honestly, I made a couple bucks on the scalp. I started adding again. I'm married to it right now, but Jack was down almost $3 today, so we're almost back in the money on that. So not a big deal. But yeah, Jack jacked me the other day. I was pissed on that. I should have just stayed out of it. But 806. I mean, did we get to the even number of 100? No, it's still going up. I don't even know what this thing is. Is this a biotech or something? Something with news? I mean, other than earnings, I don't even know what this is. All right, might know what it is. Rebecca, what stock is this one? Gosh, I'm way behind again. Jeez. I'm still short Jack too. Yeah, you'll be all right. Hold on. RVs. Okay. Honestly, I know it's earnings. I don't, I'll play earnings. I mean, gosh, if you wanted to, if it gets to $100, what's the shares on this one? 1.3 million on the day. Gosh, I mean, from 90, it's almost up almost 10% right now. I'd love to see the 100 even number cross. Right now, let's see on the monthly if it's going to be, oh gosh, now it's stretched. Yeah, there you go, guys. If you want to start adding short to THO, if you could do it after hours, short it if you can. Yeah, I mean, it's getting extended from the on the monthly, and then with this big move up. Yeah, if you want to short this thing, I mean, the price is at, right around $98. Door industry, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good, right, Prince. That's a great one. And then I mean, it's again, guys, go slow. I'm still thinking $100 it could get to. I mean, honestly, it can. We're only $1.50 away. But if you want to do a couple hundred shares, add 100 here, add 100 over 100. I mean, we're getting, well, now we have 99.20, guys, on the after hours price. I have a 98.80, 99.20, 98.60, 99.40. I got an ask, 98.60. I'm going to throw this trade up there on my Twitter. I like this one. I know it's earnings, but if you guys want to start adding shorts, I'm going to go swing short. Great call, Rebecca, on this one. I love this one. I'm going to say I haven't taken anything. Like I said, I have a ton of shorts out there, guys. Prices at, say, 98.60. You got some 99s going off, 99.20. So I'm going to say, I'll say $99. Swing short, THO at $99. If someone wants to get in it, great. If it does go a little higher, I might pop into it, but I do love the setup, and I love the fact that it did pop up right here. Actually, guys, you know what? I'm going to swing short this one, or I'm not going to swing short it. I'm going to go in my intraday account on StockTwits, and I'm gonna post it on that one. I do love this one though. So now we're at 99.38. Bid and ask 99.70. The bid's at 98.25. So you got a little bit of a spread on your bid, so there's not a ton of participation. Let's go back to the 10-minute on this one. Let's see. All right, 99.50. The ask. Oh wow, look at that. I mean, they moved up pretty much. 99.40. All right, if we hit 100, I'm going to take this one short, guys. In my in my StockTwits account. No, in my intraday account. I don't know if it's going to get there, but let's see what happens here. So far, 99.50. One went off at. So no, I do like that one. That one's awesome. That's a good one, definitely. How can I be like a pro leaving and trading in chart? Any suggestions reading material in class? Suzanne, no, there's really nothing. It's just more just doing it over and over and over, like what I'm doing now, just reading charts. Winnebago stores, I know. Good one, yeah. All right, 99.50, guys. Hold on here. Let's see if we can push up to 100. Because if it pushes up to 100, it's probably going to go to 101, 102. So just if you can wait patiently, do it. If you have to get into it, like I said, it's not bad. I don't know how higher it's going to go. I have no technicals up here other than even numbers, 100, 101, 102. It could go to 110 for all I know. I don't know. Buying Winnebagos and stuff like that. I mean, really? This is another one. Just kept going and going and going and going and going, and now it's getting. All right, guys. What is this chart again? Getting stretched. I mean, back in 2009, it was a $9 stock. I mean, Winnebagos, guys, come on. So, but anyways, and now we're up. Now we're up here. Now we're even more stretched. We're in the $100 area. So let's keep an eye on this one for a little bit. Let's see if we can get a little higher prices. All right, let's see here. I want to keep an eye on this one. All right, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So we did. Yeah, I'm way behind, guys. All right. Well, if anyone sees that THO passing 100, pop it in. I'm gonna start looking at some other stuff here. Oh, it's a great trade though. Especially if it gets over 100. Oh my gosh. I'll be watching that one tomorrow, regardless. I'll watch that one tomorrow, possibly for a fade. THO. Fade. But great swing, like I said, you can start adding short. You can start adding right here. I don't have a problem with that either. All right, LABU. Actually, hold on a second here. I'm gonna keep this up. All right, so we had a trade at 99. Bid and ask. So we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's see. LABU. I think this is another one for the BIOS. Seems bottoming. Nah. If this is like an ETF for the BIOS, no, not yet. We have a little more bleeding to go. I would wait. I would wait for 18 bucks, 18.56 maybe for a buy. I wouldn't do anything with this one now. IBB setting up for a lot lower prices. All right, when the IBB starts to rumble, you better step aside. Step aside. The show's about to begin. Yeah, I mean, so Labu seems to be bottoming now. This is where it's going to bottom down here around 24 bucks. And, you know, if this one gets towards, you got this trend line here. Yeah, 25 bucks or so, maybe, if you want to give it a stab long. But then you have gap fill around 22, and you have ultimately this low here right at 19 bucks. The IBB comes in, this thing, it's all going down. It'll be history. But I wouldn't touch this one right now long. Short maybe, but you had a nice move up, and then now it's starting to pull back. Yeah, it's still above the MAs today. It closed below the 50, so beware of that. So, you know, we start getting below the 20, we get below that pivot, below the 200. We get below 35 bucks, you better step aside or tighten your stop on this one. But for me, no. Bottom has, I'd say 25, and ultimately around 19 bucks, these low, you know. And then if this trend line cracks right here, this thing's going a lot lower. All right, so we're at 99.25 on THO. Let's see if we can pop through that 100 even number. Like I said, I'll take it for a short-term trade. Only maybe 500 shares, maybe 400 shares. We'll have to see. I'm talking if it goes in, pulls back $3, I'm out, and that will be it for me. So, but for a swing trade, no problem too. Again, if you're going to take 500 shares, you can add 100 here. If it gets above 100, 101, maybe do another 100. If it gets a little bit higher, another couple hundred, maybe 200. Leave room for a little bit more just in case, because that's getting stretched, you know, from the 60 area. That's THO. I know I'm bouncing around, guys. Sorry about that. John, thoughts on CRM? Where do you think the bottom is? Swing targets, CRM. CRM. All right, some more shares are going through right now. 99 bucks. Looks like THO around 99 bucks. That's kind of where it's holding. I still think it could possibly get through 100. I don't. Maybe they're doing a stock buyback. They're all doing stock buybacks, guys. Yeah, we had this one short too from 80 bucks right in here. Damn it. And we did buy pre-market, I believe. I think it was pre-market right when the bell opened on their earnings. And look at that, it's still going down. Gosh, this is a tough one. I mean, I know you're looking to buy because it's been down so many days in a row. But honestly, I mean, your area to buy is probably about 62 bucks. If the markets start coming in, this is where it's going. 62 bucks. I mean, you'll have this pivot here around 66, but for me, just not worth it. I mean, I see what you're looking at. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days down. You're into the gap fill down in here, but God, it's just one of those things. You wake up to a 500 down day on the Dow, and next thing you know, this thing's at 68 bucks. We're coming double bottom. So, but nah, for me, it'd be, you know, maybe right in here, 66 bucks. You know, and ultimately you got a gap fill down here. You had the big window. Yeah, nothing for me to do. I mean, I see the play. You might get a bounce once we fill gap and get down to 72 bucks. But like I said, you get the market start dumping, it's going to be nighty night for a bunch of these stocks. So just be careful with these. Yeah, gosh, I'd rather be a buyer at 62 bucks, gap fill down in here. If it really starts to go, but you know, maybe double bottom here, gap fill here. Just be careful with this one. If you're short, just keep holding on to it. If you get past the $72 area, you're definitely coming back into this pivot here, 69. and then 68 bucks. So be careful with that one. ISRG, yeah, that thing just keeps getting its ass kicked. We were short this one too, from like seven something right up in here, 725. Look at that, nice retrace, clobbered again. ISRG, I honestly, for me, nothing to do here. Came down, retraced back up, came down, retraced back up. This is another one, light volume name, where gets a little bit of news, it's up 100 bucks, or earnings, it's 100 bucks. So if you're not short already with this one, you know, from up in here when we entered it a little while back, then just you know, let's see what kind of a pattern. Right now you have an inside bar, bearish pattern, starting to play out a little bit, but let's see if we could get down here. I mean, maybe 617, but gosh, I mean, I honestly think, you know, you look at the monthly on this, this was another stretch monthly play. You know, you're looking at, you know, 579. You know, you're looking at a lot more. You know, if this thing retraces back into the 700s again, I'll short this thing again. But right now, there's really nothing for me to do on ISRG. Prince, I don't know if that's, I can hear you. Okay, yes. Okay, CSC. We did go over CSC. That one pulled back a little bit today. Nothing big, but again, high flyer. Just hold tight. If you're short up here with me around 60 bucks or so, 58, 59, just hold on to it. You got your 20 MA around 40 bucks, so this thing should pull back pretty substantially. Just got to give it time. It's on a monthly chart. CC. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's sure in hell moving up straight up. Jeez. Unbelievable. Well, we had a pullback right there. 22, that was the first pivot, got above that, but see how it came in, stopped at 22, 23, bounced back up. Let's see if we get an inside bar pattern, then we could possibly short it. If you are short, just hold on to it. This thing will be coming home to mama. Coming home to mama eventually. I mean, look at that. I mean, you go from $2 to 24. It'll probably pull back to maybe 16 bucks, 16.65 in this area. But just watch that. I don't know what that is. You had a little bit of a shallow pullback, then a bounce up. In other words, you'd say it's a cup and handle. You wait for the handle, which those are hard to figure out. Too hard for me. Yeah, he went up, popped up, caused a little bit of problems up here. That little topping tail came right in. That's the best. That's the worst. Excuse me again. Jeez, can't get out of it. I'm sitting in my office, no lights on, or just a little bit of light, the ambience, and I'm starting to fall asleep, guys. But no, it's only 3 up on the after hours action. Looks like THO is not going to make it up there. I mean, it's pulling back a little bit now, but yeah, this one here, not much to do. Let's go to the monthly. Let's just see if it's stretched at all. Yeah, a little bit stretched. Is there anything back here in price? Look at that. Yeah, nothing for me. I mean, you stopped at the 618. It's trying. You had a little doji. I mean, if it could get up into here, I'd short it. If you're long, see if you can get another couple bucks out of it and tighten it up and get the hell out. Unless they have some news and goes straight up. I don't really know what this one is. So, but right now you have a doji, not doing too much. You had a little, you had a nice run from, say 22 to 38. That's a great run. If you're not selling, I'd be out of that thing a long time ago. Don't even like, sticking around for those. All right, Nugget. We looked at Nugget. Better to look at GDX for Nugget. Yeah, you know what? I look at the gold GLD. Do you think Amazon will go to 700? Yep, I do. I think it will go lower, to be quite honest with you. Let's just look at that one real quick. You still have buy the dippers. You still have everything in there. And honestly, it's a stretch chart on the monthly chart. 20 MAs is 630. When this thing cracks 710, it's going to 6. It's going wherever this yellow line is. It's maybe around 692 or so. But it's just a matter of how fast it's going to get there. Because he had a nice retrace up in here. Filled the gap, pulled back, still holding the 20 MA up there, and the inside bar lower end there. So it's still held. So your big thing is now you need to get below the 20 MA. Then I think we can start going back down. But now you have the 200 MA down here in place. So now maybe 710, 720 if this keeps curling up. But if it starts in a bearish banner and then falls, then you're looking for some more price action. I still think 692 could possibly be in the cards for that one. All right, THO just announced we did get that one. It's at 98 bucks, so hopefully someone's popped in there. Like I said, I'll watch that one tomorrow, intraday. I'll see if it could cross that 100 even number, 100. I'll even try to wait for 101, 102, see if we get something there. Wow, someone did some 5,000 shares. It's a nice size trade. Someone's in this room watching me. All right, who took the 5,000 shares? I'm still short Jack. Yeah, hold on to Jack. Jack jacked us a little bit, but we're good with that one. Just hold on to that. Do not sell Jack yet. Cheap gas, they say. Yeah, good one. Yeah, cheap gas. Oh gosh. Yeah, gas should stay cheap, but still, I mean, this thing ran to the TN. We're talking about the THO guys. You know, it's running up and then a nice, I would like to see down and then up. When you get a run up like this and then it lasts like, oh, come on, we can do it. That's going to be running out of, that could be the last hoo-ha in this one. So that's why I said I put out the swing trade, 98.50 short. If it gets up a little more, we'll start adding a little bit more, but that one should be coming down too. JD agreed. Oh yeah, I'm saving 20 bucks on gas this week, so I'll go buy a 200 grand. Yeah, exactly. And a 60,000 truck. Yeah, sure. No, just get his and her Escalades, Jack Daniel. Yeah, that's what I see it too. It's like, holy crap, you're driving a $95,000 Escalade. Ay, ay, ay. This is all gonna end bad. Hey, what's up, James? How's it going, bud? Let's see. XLP, IYR show relative strength today. I'm long XLP, short IWM. What is the XLP? Yeah, 98 is it at? Yeah, 98, 97.60. I see some stuff going off at 98.01. Yeah, it started to pull back a little bit. I mean, that's a stretch move. I mean, you're 7-8 bucks on earnings, and that's I like the 100 even number, but you know what? All us technicians, we're all waiting for that 100 even number. So sometimes the market makers won't bring it that high unless if there's enough bids in there and asks and to get that thing up. But selling their houses and buying RVs, yeah, maybe. You never know. Yeah, down 6 days, thinking of some pop, but wait for a 62 area. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Let's see. Did you go over Disney? No, I could go over Disney. XLP. What's XLP again? XLP. No, I know we've been through these before, but down, up, you're in an inside bar, you're into the 20 MA. That could be the end of the road for this one for a nice pullback. If you look at the, there's got to be a retrace. Let's just take it to the inside bar. Here into the 618 retrace, let's see. Let's pull that off one more time. Oops. Yeah, you're also into something here too. And was that 382? Is that? Let's see. No, that's a 618 going up as well. So go over Google. Yeah, I could go over Google again. Give me a second though. Yeah, short the IWM. Yeah, the IWM pulled back pretty nice too. Not pretty nice, but I like that on a daily action. You take out that, you almost took out 2 days in 1 day. So now I'm going to be looking for some more follow through tomorrow. Or do we start going sideways in an inside bar to set up for some lower prices? So that's what I'm looking at for that. Let's see here. Disney. Yeah, Disney, you know what? Just chopping around. Not really doing nothing. We're above the MA, so theoretically it's a little bit bullish. We did fill this gap right in here. I mean, barely filled it, but we filled it. Pulled back almost into the 200, and then boom, we bounced back up. So right now we're just kind of choppy, sloppy action. Nothing really to do on Disney or telling us what to do. Let's look at the weekly just to see. I mean, you came back in, bounced up, came back down, bounced up. You came into this trend line here, almost kissed it, then right back up into the 382 retrace, and that's where it's holding. So let's see. Let's wait for more pattern on Disney. Let's see if we get more consolidation sideways before the next move up. But yeah, it's just not telling me. I mean, for me, it's not telling me enough. I mean, other than you fell down, you got to retrace up until 382. I'd wait until maybe 103, 104, then the 107 area maybe for a short. But if you're long in this one from 90 bucks, 91, start tightening it up a little bit. especially after that when you're probably already sold, you take a $2 div. Oh my gosh, get out. So then it bounces up, you chase it, typical. That's what I used to do. But you do have a gap right up here around 114 cents, and then the 181 cents. And ultimately, you have a big gap right around 106.63. So that's what I would be waiting for, even the 5-0 retrace. Let's see if we can get back up into there again, and we'll revisit Disney. Finally, some relief in scaling shorts for 2 weeks in IWM. Yeah, right. Holy cow, that thing's just been a beast. But a nice little reversal today. Let's see if we can get some continuance. Here's Google again. Google, yeah, that was a good trade today. I like that one. Make a little bit of money. I mean, we went right up almost to the 800 area, and then boom. Right now, we just had a retrace back up here, slightly bearish, slightly bullish. We did close back below the 20 MA on the daily. So let's see if this thing can close down into here somewhere and continue on its way down. Weekly, of course, we need the markets to sell. Weekly, we have an inside bar starting to set up. And, a couple more weeks sideways, I think we have a great move down. I still think we have a great move chance to move down to 600 bucks. That's my thoughts. It's a little crazy, but, that's where I'm seeing this thing going, let me tell you. So, but again, still have to wait for pattern. Not really sure what's going on with this, right now. I mean, other than 3 bars sideways on a weekly basis, not too much monthly. Wait, but the 10-minute, I mean, look at that, straight up, a nice fade. That's after hours action. I can pull that out. Oh, I know. But yeah, and then at the end, they dump it out a little bit more. It's like, see ya. Monthly. Yeah, monthly we're still strong, but honestly, you have the 20 MA here around 710, so I'm still thinking down into here, and ultimately down around 584. And that's the 50 MA on the week or on the monthly as well. That will take a little more time, but the weekly, let's see what we have here. Yeah, I mean, this is the 200 MA down here, and that's pretty much where the weekly 50 MA lines up. The weekly 50 MA is a little bit lower, so you got to keep an eye on that one too. All right, I think that's it. I think I'm all caught up now. Anything else you guys want me to look at really quick here? But overall, you know what? The markets, let's go back to the SPY. Oops. SPY. Yeah, the SPY's right back into that upper trend line, on the weekly basis. We're trying to get above that. Did we close below it? Yep, we closed above. We closed below it. So we did get above it. We did confirm on Friday, but now we're right back below. We had 0 volume on Friday. So let's see how this thing sets up, or do we just actually retest the all-time highs tomorrow and keep going up? We could do that. Let's go to the weekly really quick. Weekly, same thing, 3 bars up, a little bit of a pause. Let's see where we close on the weekly, and they need to close it above the high of last week, which is the all-time high, 221.56. We need to crawl above that and then possibly more upside. What's my forecast for tomorrow? Yeah, I don't know. With the light volume, anything can happen. I mean, right now, if you look at the SPY on the 60-minute, 60, no, maybe on the 10-minute. No, I was looking at something. Was it? What was I looking at? I thought it was more of a bearish pattern. Hold on. 60-minute IWM, was that it? No. There's a chart that I don't know what I looked at. I really couldn't tell you. But no, right now we're into the 200 moving average on the intraday chart. We did fill this gap today as well. Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, maybe if we do go down, watch the 219.75 area in that 219.75. Let's look at the 60-minute. 219.75. Yeah, right in there. You have the 50 MA, so you're going to have some support right in there. 219.75 is not a bad area for a bounce. But if the markets really start to go, I mean, there's a gap fill right here at 218.52, and then there's a window right at 218.98. So, So you do have some support coming in. That's what they pretty much do. They get it above all the MA. So when it comes down, you have a bunch of support as it cracks. So just beware of the 220 area. We could get a bounce, or we might gap below it, shoot, and just go down. Who knows? But this is a time frame where anything can happen, guys. So just be careful. Apple, we did come up in the 60-minute. We did tag the 200 MA today. Came back in, little choppy, sloppy inside bar. Comes into the 20 MA. That's what's holding it. But overall, Apple just a weak stock. I mean, we're starting to consolidate in a bullish manner, up and down. We have a little bit of a tail today, but let's see if we can continue sideways, and then maybe the next leg up. If this pattern fails, then we'll definitely be going lower. But right now, it's slightly bullish. For me, nothing to do. I'd like to see about another week of consolidation like this, and then maybe higher prices. But if it doesn't, if it doesn't do the bullish pattern and start to pop, this pattern fails, we'll start to head down fast and furious. So just be careful. Again, you want to trade with the markets. You want to be behind. If you have the sail out there and you want the wind blowing behind you to keep you going. You don't want to take a counter trend when we're trying to go long on stocks and the whole market falls apart and goes straight down. Then we're going to be in trouble. So right now we're just being really, really careful with picking our longs. The shorts, I don't really care, because if we end up 500 down tomorrow, all our shorts will come in big time. So yeah, but yeah, December's typically a low volume month, mostly sideways. You'll get some action once in a while. I've seen some December's a little bit crazy, but we'll have to see. Would you go long on Apple? No, not up here. Right here would have been long. So if you want to go long, though, Apple, let it consolidate. Let's see what this thing does for the next week or so. And if it goes sideways, then we'll be looking for another pop, maybe. But again, if the market sells, this thing's going lower. So you got to be really careful. And right now, we really don't have a pattern other than 4 days. Let's look for another 4 or 5 days. Let's look for Friday and see where this thing's setting up, and then maybe long on Apple. All right. The forecast for tomorrow, yeah, I don't really know. Hard to say. I do like the IWM reversal. I like the fact that the Qs came in and ended up negative. So a couple of things I've been watching. The transports are weak today. So, 81 bucks, 81.75 down. So I'm keeping an eye on those. And then, okay, thank you much, my friend. Yeah, hold off on that Apple. Don't be chasing that thing up. Yeah, so I'll do a nightly video like I normally do, and we'll look at stuff and see if we can figure something out. TLT, where do we come into? We're still below the MAs. We're still setting up in a bearish manner. We did hold this trend line down here, though. Let's see where that come from. From these lows here. We are holding that one there. It did bounce, but yeah, TLT, let me tell you, we get a little more sideways action. This one can make one more leg down before it makes a leg up. That's why I'm trying to wait for gold real patiently. Look at this one. It's holding the 200 MA. So we get one more dip. I'd love to see a dip into, maybe right in here. About 115 or so, but we'll see. Again, it's coming off of a high pivot. It has fallen from grace pretty good. And let's see if we could go a little bit lower on this one. I'd love to see 101. I don't know if we'll get that, though. We'll see how this area holds in the next couple of weeks. If we get 5, 6, 7 weeks of consolidation on this one, we'll see how low this one can go. But again, if the markets dump, everything's going lower. That's just the way it is, guys. CYBR. CYBR. Let's get the daily. Yeah, nothing really to do. Looks like it retraced. Let's see where it went to. Okay, 750. Yep, 750 retrace, comes right in here, fills the gap right there as well. Pulls back, comes right in. If you're short from up here, great trade. Probably start chiseling a little bit off. I mean, it could definitely get back down to 47 and maybe fill the gap down in here around 45 bucks. So if you're in this short, keep holding it. You could probably pull a little bit off because you are coming to support for somewhere around here. The green line, then you have the 50 MA. You also have an old gap fill in here as well to see if this thing bounces and goes right up. If it does, it'll probably be a short-lived bounce. Maybe get it back to double top, maybe a little higher, then it'll probably be the next leg down. So just be careful with this one too. For me, nothing to really do. You already had the pullback here. I would like it to at least down here, maybe support down here and gap fill and double bottom, maybe. Then you still have a lower pivot here around 44.11. So for me, nothing to do on this one. You could go either long or short, and it's a 50-50 shot at this point. Let's see. December typically low volume. Yep, go mostly side. Yeah, unless Janet comes in and does something. You know, SMH, XI was strong today. That's bullish. Yeah, we could take a look at that. What do you think about the upcoming rate hike? I don't know. Whatever. It might not even be it might be on the table. Who knows? Even if they do, we'll probably go through Christmas and do nothing, and they might do the exact same thing they did last year, where they just dumped it beginning of the year or right before New Year's Eve, the day before, boom, start the sell on. So it'll be interesting what happens with the rate hike and stuff like that. SMH, this is semiconductors. Yeah, I mean, now we're right back to the highs again. Let's see here. I think they're the all-time highs too, pretty sure. Well, it's been a while. But I mean, for me, I would start looking somewhere in here to start looking, see if there's a spot. All right, hold on here. All right, let's go to the daily. We're gonna have to go back in time though, guys. All right, let's see, where were we? Yeah, we were way back there. Where are we? 2012. Should be getting there soon. But yeah, so we'll look at this one, and we're going to look at see if we can find any gaps, see any gap windows, gap fills, anything like that. 2008. Where are we? There's some price action. There was something right there. We're going to go through price. I just don't know where it's at. Where are we? 2000. Oh, I think it goes to 2001. Almost there. I'm not going to know where the price is at now. Where is the price? 71. All right, so we got to go up a little higher here. Come on. We'll get there. We go. All right, so we had a little bit of a pivot here. This is going back years, guys. This is going back to 2000 on this one. So I just want to see if there are any big gaps. There you go, right there. We had this guy here. Yeah, this guy here, a gap. Let's see if we can. Is there any more? Wow, there's a couple other ones too. Not that it's going to get this high, but you got the gap, gap, window, and a window. So there's your areas for this one. Let's see. Oops. If it even gets there. So you had 70. That was the first line of defense, about 80 bucks, $80.30. See if we could get there. I don't know if it's going to, but yeah, this one's been strong. Let me tell you, hasn't been this way in a long time. That's why everyone's starting to get on now. It's like, geez, they got a nice pullback. And then everybody gets in here for the run. I mean, this was great, double bottom, then boom, straight back up right into the 70.35 area. Let's see if this is going to hold it or is it going to continue higher. Where was the other one? The XLK, is that the same one? XLK, I think that's another. Yeah, same thing. It's just going. Just going and going and going. Probably at all time was at the. Yeah, and then you got this pivot. So yeah, I'd say it could go a little bit more, maybe 50, 55. You still have a high pivot right here around 57.21. So, with all the hype and the, euphoria, Dow Jones at 19,000 for 92 days, and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what happens. Rate hike, I don't care about that. The UUP. The UUP, yeah, I mean, that we called this one pretty dang good. We were long. We started taking some off the table. Our last area to get to was right around 26.25 to 26.50. Right in between it today, 26.40 would have been the other area, possibly for a pullback. but it looks like the dollar might be getting that already a little bit. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, I mean, right now we're high. We're a little bit stretched, going in a slightly choppy, sloppy, bullish pattern. This is telling me that the dollar might have a little more upside. But remember this, when it went up, started chopping, and all of a sudden it came right back in. So if it does come back in, do we come to 25.59 and then go up? So that's going to be the real question, guys. How far do we come back? And then how much, do we go up, or what the heck happens with all that? So we'll watch this one. We've been watching this one closely. We do videos on it every night, guys. If you follow me on my YouTube page, you'll know what's going on with this one. But again, it's hitting our areas, going up slow and steady. Next area of defeat will be where is it? 26.50, 26.83, 27.21. And I have another 28.93. But that's it for now on this one. That's the UUP, guys. IYT drops another $1.50. More selling could come. Yeah, the IYT pulled back a little bit, but you know what? The Dow Jones Transport rallied like over 1,000 points. It's like ridiculous. Another one straight up. But this was one that was lagging. So a lot of the lagging indicators, they took care of business. I mean, would you rather push the SPY up $3, or would you rather push the IYT from 143 to 162? The SPY only has a little more to go. So now they're getting into these indexes and pushing these up, because this is where they get the best bang for the buck. You buy 100,000 shares of this one at 143, zip 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 zip, straight up. No looking back, guys. It was pretty brutal. So, but yeah, we've added shorts in here. We're upside down on this one as well. But again, this is one that's going to come in fast and furious. Just got to give it a little bit of time. Yeah, and I agree with that. The IYT was weak today, or the Dow Jones Transports were down 81.75. So, got to keep an eye on that. We did have a confirming downtrend at the end of the day. That's when we started getting more selling too. So that's interesting that you brought that up. Let's get back into the SPY though. Again, weekly chart, stretch to the max. If you look at the 10-minute, we had a nice, gap down today, pulled back, filled the gap, bounced up, nice retrace. 50 MA, pulled it right back, and then closed it right on top of the 200 moving average. And there's some support right here. You got to look at that as well. So let's see if that's enough to hold this thing strong. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. Just wanted to get out here, just get back in the thick of things, and we'll make a couple videos tonight, go through a couple more of these stocks. VXX, TLT, GLG was green all day. That says fair. Yeah, oh yeah, totally. How was the VIX? Was the VIX green? Yeah, VIX was up 81 cents, so that was up a little bit. Junk's holding on strong, which I'm surprised. I want to see that one roll over a little bit more. But honestly, it wasn't that bad of a day. I mean, it wasn't like a total bloodbath, but it was interesting to see the IWM pull back. Now, it's $1.74 down, more than all the indexes. So that's talking to us a little bit. But again, I want to see some. Yeah, exactly. It's a good start today. You got it. I want to see a little more downside action tomorrow, especially on the IWM and the rest of them. And then we'll keep an eye on the MLM, the Tesoro. That one went up again in our face. That one's just being a little jerk. F5 came in nice. Goldman Sachs came down a little bit. BABA caught some, a little bit of a bid. Nettie's though up another $1.69. And then the ultimate one, Nvidia, down 5 cents today. I guess people are buying the dip still in that one. And then Facebook, let's see. Yeah, Facebook was only up 3 cents. That one tried. That one was up and down all day. I have Facebook up here, so let's pull it on here. Yeah, that was a little bit, they brought it up right in the gap fill, double top up here, pulled it back, 20 MA, bounced up. And then, as an inside bar on the 20 MA, starts to give it up right back. Oh, this is the one. Look at that bearish pattern. This bearish pattern with these three moving averages coming in together, you guys heard the term, the golden cross, something like that. Citibank was down Down big. Oh, was it? I didn't look at that one. Let me see. I just got done doing a lot of stuff. I'll start looking at stuff in the next 45 minutes or so. Hey guys, thanks. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming in here, giving me stocks. Some of these trades I wouldn't even have never even seen, never even taken. The marijuana one came in real good. The GWPH, that one was awesome. That was a quick one. We put another short on Halliburton for short hog, short jack, IT, KRE, JPM, Goldman, MLM, Microsoft, Netflix. We're short a bunch of them, or at least I am. But more trade, and then eventually we're going to be pulling these off, and we'll be doing it again. No big deal. Hey, no problem, Beckham. Jack. Which one? That was a G8 here. GH. The G. No, GWPH. No, we shorted that one right up here. That was epic. And then boom. Oh, no, not hold on, not up there. I mean, actually, that was a nice fade too on this one today. But daily chart. Yeah, we shorted right here. We started shorting as this thing was coming up, and then boom, covered half, and then covered the last half, and out. Thank you very much. And that's GWPH. That was awesome. Citibank. Let's look at Citi. Oh yeah, 2.5, almost 2.5%. Where's the douchebag? I mean, Deutsche Bank. DB. I just think, oh no, look at DB. Remember that? Remember DB when it hit down here and everyone was panicking? Oh my gosh, you're panicking now? I mean, look at this thing. I mean, you're panicking now. I mean, what a flippin' joke. This thing was a $140 stock back in 2007. After all the bailouts, all the bullshit, and this is where this thing's at. Something's wrong here, guys. That's the best it could do. But look, if you connect the lows, connect the low, pretty much goes right into price. I mean, it's a little bit lower, but that helps us out a little bit. But then you get the bounce. Oh, it's fixed. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here, guys. Don't turn off this chart. Nothing to see. So you got to watch out for that one too. So that was Deutsche Bank. So, but Citigroup, yeah, that was a nice little pullback. Goldman Sachs. That one's still holding strong. I don't know why. They must be doing a buyback or something. JPM pull back a little. I do like that pattern though, inside bar bearish pattern. That one should be coming in real nice. And right now, guys, I think that's about it for me today. I'll probably I'm gonna do some live stuff tomorrow. I'm hoping to get in earlier tomorrow. I'd like to do it in the morning while some action is going on. But if anything, we'll stick it right around noon again, Eastern time, noon in New York, which is a pretty good time because everything's lightening up, volume's disappearing. We go through a bunch of stocks, maybe a couple trades that we took in intraday action. But gosh, Chipotle down almost $11. Twilio coming in again, and that Acacia too. That was one too. Told you guys to stay away from. That one was down $5 again. Look at that. Nice bullish pattern too. They get everybody sucked in again. Oh, it's bouncing. Hurry up. It's a CIA. It's gonna be good. S&P mini breaks below 20. We should see more selling tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna find out. It's still hard to say with the light volume, guys. We had 76 million today, so you got to be really careful. Just drove back from work. Crazy snow in the Bismarck, North Dakota, 12 inches. Oy, oy, oy. Thanks for streaming, John. Yeah, no problem, Brian. Yeah, my friend lives up there. I'm not sure exactly where. He's a photographer up there in North Dakota, or I think his family was up there. He moved down to Phoenix. Now he's back up there, and yeah, he was telling me they're starting to snow. It's just really cold too. 12 inches. Oy. Well, be careful out there, Brian. Don't do anything stupid other than snowmobiling and staying warm. That's about it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this. Let's try for noon tomorrow if I could get in here and do it. I do have a couple things I got to wrap up. Usually Christmas, the shop is a little bit slow, so I'll have a lot of free time for the next month or so. And then hold on, guys. We're looking at $99 on that THO. So that's holding the $98, $99, $100 area. We'll watch for THO. Here it is, THO. Tomorrow, let's try to play a fade on that one. Let's see if we can get into the $100 area and try to play a fade on that one. That one, that one's due. That one we could possibly get a couple bucks out of that one and then get the hell out. But we'll see. As a swing, I like it too because it is getting a little extended. All right, guys, I'm out for now. I'll make a couple videos. Please subscribe to me on YouTube and follow our videos and our live streaming action and all that good stuff. All right, guys, thanks for coming to the live stream. Hopefully I covered your stock. If not, just bring one with you. Put the $ with the name next to it, and we'll go through all the stuff. I'm still getting back into things. I never take 4 or 5 days off, and I did, which was really, really nice. But now I'm brain dead again, and I got to get back in the mix. So, all right, guys, thanks again for coming to the video. And if you have any questions or comments, just send it to me at stockbookie@gmail.com. All right, thanks, everyone. Have a great evening. Stay warm, and we'll see you on the charts.